Hi, this is thecheatingcook.com with Brandon McDonald, co-owner of Old Vine Cafe. So, how long have you guys been open?
Just over a year and a half.
And so, tell me a little bit about your food and your menu, because I hear it's unique.
It can be unique. Mostly, if I had to sum it up, it'd be international cuisine. It varies from breakfast to lunch to dinner. Dinner being the most gourmet of the concepts, where we feature 3 different tasting menus: a vegetarian, an original, and a seasonal that changes every 3 months. So we do a winter, a spring, a summer, and a fall. Breakfast is pretty, I guess you'd call it kitschy, to where there's omelets, crepes, egg dishes, etc. But it's not your typical greasy spoon breakfast joint. We make all the nut butters and marmalades in-house. We make our own English muffins. We have fresh baked breads delivered every day. Lunch is pretty standard lunch, kind of in and out, corporate concept. Soup, salad, paninis, a couple small plates. Dinner, like I said before, is the most gourmet of the concepts, where there's 3 tasting menus and also small to medium-sized a la carte dining, all of which are offered with wine pairing, even the a la carte dishes. I think that's what makes it unique.
So tell us a little bit more about the tasting menus and the wine pairings, and sort of what you want to sort of convey in doing that.
All 3 tasting menus are 4 small plates. They're designed as a meal for 1 person. They come with a wine pairing, and quite a bit of wine comes with each course, about a full glass for the first 3 and a dessert pour. It's really fun because it's really a well-balanced, what we feel is a well-balanced and designed meal for 1 person. So normally we'll start off with a light course, whether it's a vegetarian with a salad or a seafood course. Normally there's always a pasta course, into a heavier or meat course, and then finishes with a dessert course. And when we bring it out, we explain the wines and the dishes to the guests. And we normally specialize in old world wines: Italian, German, French, Spanish, and it really kind of just is an experience versus just going in and getting a bottle of wine and having 2 or 3 plates of food that really doesn't pair with the wine. Whereas we really try to make it an experience to where everything kind of goes together, and you really don't even have to think about it; it just kind of happens.
So when creating a tasting menu, what goes through your thoughts when creating the progressions of the different foods and different wines, and creating a nice theme and a synthesis of things?
The original tasting menu is a constant on our menu, and that was conceived by dishes that we have done in our catering past that were successful. So that's what we opened up with. Whenever we do new tasting menus, i.e. the seasonal that changes, we basically taste the wines first. My brother is the chef, studied wine with me. We'll taste the wines, and we will try to, we'll find wines that we like that are in the price point that we need them to be, and we'll actually come up with ideas based on the wine that we like. So we'll say, if we find a white wine that's light and it's crisp, there's no oak on it, it's acidic, then depending on what season it is, say the spring menu, which we're doing, we'll probably do a salad course or a light seafood course, and we'll build upon what we like in the wine and kind of try to fine tune. And that's the advantage of having the chef on the same page with the wine that I am, is that we will work together to make the dish work for the wine. Whereas in a lot of restaurants, you'll have a chef and a sommelier, or the sommelier trying to chase the chef and trying to match wines up to the food. Whereas we'll make the adjustments to make the food better pair with the wine. And so I think that's the fun part about it. And sometimes we'll taste a wine and we'll come up with an idea for the dish, and it just works. And other times it's like pulling your hair out. It just doesn't work. And sometimes we'll either change the dish or change the wine, and it can be very frustrating at times.
So how often do you change your seasonal tasting menus?
We do 4 a year, so every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Our next seasonal will be the spring. It'll start mid-March and go through mid-June. The summer will start mid-June, the fall, and mid-September, probably. So every 3 months we change that. And it reflects the season, what's in season at the time. So we're on our winter right now, and it's obviously there's no fruit because there's not much in season. season, and it's the heaviest because it's cold outside. And, you know, the summer is always the lightest because it's hot.
So if you were to characterize your type of food, or like what you want to convey when someone comes in and eats, is there particular influences or styles you would say, or how would you characterize?
Well, I think the quality of the product says the most. We use top quality product, the best we can get our hands on within reasonable, means. And it's always going to be seasonal. If it's not in season, you won't find it here. Internationally inspired. Whenever we travel, we come back with ideas from wherever it is that we were. Perfect example is Mark went to Guatemala and Nicaragua in the fall. On our current tasting menu, the first course is a Cajun shrimp and there's fried plantains. So that's something that he brought back from his, his last trip. But basically, it's kind of a destination for people who are into food and food culture, and we have a small, limited menu for a reason, and we really just try to focus on the quality and do what we do well. And what I would like to convey to the people that are thinking about coming in is that come in for an experience. It's not just I kind of sit down and order type of place. There's an experience. We explain all the dishes, explain all the wines, and have a knowledgeable staff to where we can kind of give you an experience that a lot of other restaurants locally might not be able to offer.
So we're outside with some closing thoughts. So if you can briefly tell about where you guys are at and your website.
We're in the Camp Shopping Center in Costa Mesa. We're on Bristol Street, south of the 405, the other side of the freeway that South Coast Plaza is located on. In the camp, we're in the southernmost part of the camp. Like I said, on Bristol, between Baker and Randall.
And what's your website again?
It's oldvinecafe.com, and that has a map, the hours of operation, phone number, all the menus are always kept up to date, as well as the wine list, etc. So it's probably the best resource.
Okay, sounds good. So remember, go to www.oldvinecafe.com. Thanks for your time, Brandon.
Thank you.